Hello, if you like being self-aware, then I think this will interest you. Hello, my name is Will Perry. Welcome to another Keeping the Conversation Alive. I don't want everybody to feel good. Isn't that strange? This is how life's struggles can serve us. I hope you're well. Very close to New Year's Eve now. We're in that funny bit in between Christmas and New Year. But I hope you're well and enjoying yourself. Oh, I've forgotten to turn this off. Just a minute. Holding on to your power. That's that one. And it's a strange thing. I don't want everyone to feel good. Why would that be? And let me tell you what sort of self-esteem is for me. It's around holding on to your power. We all have this power in our hands, yet most of us haven't learned how to use it, to wield it, not to wield it against people, but to kind of protect ourselves and be authentic to us, to be truly you. All these phrases, standing in your power. They're good phrases, but how do we actually access that? In terms of, I don't want everybody to be happy. It's like, what would it be like? Would it be like Stepford Wives if everyone was happy? It's not realistic, is it? It's just not going to happen. We're not all going to be happy all the time. No, it's not realistic, and I don't want that for everyone. I want them to be able to, and I want you to be able to stand in your power, to be able to hold your power without getting burnt, to be able to authentically know yourself well enough to be confident in yourself and not worry about what other people think. Because everybody's going to have a different bloody opinion, and it doesn't bloody matter. Who gives a bloody, there are some people that you care about and they can inform you and help you and give you feedback and steer you along the way. But there's going to be other people that have bloody ill-informed opinion. It just doesn't matter, especially when you're trying to build a business or make a stand or, do something that's worthwhile. Somebody's going to have an opinion and, don't do that. It just sprung to mind about I went to my first vegan event this year, and I was shocked that it was Chris Packman who was speaking, and I wasn't actually there. Actually, I just heard this one from tons of different people that were there. That he was booed and jeered because he started a story about his leather belt. From a minority, because the more extreme activists would be, that's animal cruelty to have a leather belt. But he used that they jumped in too soon. He used that as an example of, this whole conundrum about being vegan. You shouldn't wear wool, you shouldn't animal products. But he was using that as an example of the memories and associations he has to that belt, and that it's there already, it's done, and this whole thing about it's perfectly fine to keep using something, but don't replenish it with leather. You have that choice to have so many different. Anyway, that there was this faction of people that were all extremists, like booing somebody who was on stage at a vegan event who'd done amazing things. Yet he still got jeered and booed for it. And it's like, intolerance. Come on, people. We need to be more tolerant. So it's not about everybody having this one thing. It's not a caveat to everything. But it's about being able to stand your ground and not be put off by the jeerers and the booers. It's like, whoa, listen, to be able to have that conviction for yourself. How cool would that be? Now, if you're into self-development, this should be quite an interesting conversation, I believe. Solving the trauma, Gabor Mate, I think, is awesome about this trauma. What's the deep problem? And for me, there's a deep problem. If this is us, that's me wearing a skirt. There's a deeper problem here, but it's troubling us. But we don't quite know what it is. It doesn't help, and it stops us from, I guess, getting and standing in our power. Stops us to getting to this point. And what is it that's stopping us getting to that point? What is it that's the bloody conundrum that's stopping us in life so much, being swayed by all the naysayers? And it comes down to our brain. There's something deep inside the brain, just about there, very precise, just about there, that stops us. This is the thing that gets in the way. and it really does get in the way. And it's like, okay, well, what is it? And for me, I spent a long time, and you might have seen I started on emotional abuse and looking at abusers, and then transitioned over 13 plus years. It's like, oh crap, it's not about them. We need to see them, understand that, but it's about us, and it's about how we actually attract them. And it's holy crap, we're attracting them. Quick, get off, get clean, hold on to your power. And that's what this is. Hold on to your power, and that actually stops abusers coming towards you and being attracted towards you. It's holy moly, this is important. Can you see how important this is? But it's transitioned on to be more about abuse, because then I saw this is in every aspect of life, and it's, oh my god, this is so important, so key. So it's this thing about sort of standing in your power, and how we can effectively take out this block so that we can so that we can stand in our power and woohoo, and have this power and learn to bing smile with it, learn to feel complete, feel authentic. Does that make sense? And it's this bloody thing, this darkness, if you like, inside us, this darkness in our brains that gets in the way. And it takes consistent action to actually rid this brain of darkness, because it's learnt over many, many years, in this specific darker bit deep within your brain, to be able to transition that. And I'm using transition a lot, to be able to change that and mold that and get rid of that darkness within, because that darkness is creating that block that I said was there getting in the way. So we want to get rid of that. So it's about going deep enough. It's about going deep enough into that brain bit here. This bit, going deeper, 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 doing the consistent work, going deep enough into that, where the real problem is, in here, to then be able to be, I guess these things, it brings me back to this, these kind of people, the happy, the smiley, the challenge, because life throws challenges at us. So we need to be, sometimes depressed, sometimes, bang flat on the floor, and then pick ourselves up. And, that's about holding on to your power. That's about what this stuff is about, being down, but coming through, overcoming, holding on to your power, learning how to hold on to it, but not being happy all the time. Oh yeah. And that's what this bit was. Self-esteem. Okay. Self-esteem is, that was at the heart of everything that I was finding my work was coming towards. It was all pointing towards this self-esteem. Oh no, just a minute. It was pointing towards self-esteem. Self-esteem, okay, pointing towards self-esteem. That self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves, the negativity, the sensitivity to negative emotions about ourselves, was so important. But self-esteem is not about everybody getting an award, about everybody making everybody feel good. It's not about making everybody feel good. It's not, because we feel crappy sometimes. So it's not about getting, getting kids getting an award for running the race. It's perfectly appropriate to have first, second, and third place. I'm not great on competition. That's just my personality profile. So it's not about trying to make everybody happy all the time. That isn't what self-esteem is. Self-esteem is about, for me, about having that, solving that kind of that deeper problem, and then learning how to kind of stand in your power, how to hold your power. And that takes work. It's really, really tricky. And you need to get to that point where you understand yourself. You understand why that deeper problem is there, and then you'll be able to take consistent action to change it. And that's where the real work is. So I guess rather than go deeper into it, I'm going to stop it there and say, my invitation to you is to have a deeper conversation about it. If you know somebody that does this work, have a deeper conversation with them, or have a deeper conversation with me about it. Have a email, whatever. Let's start a conversation about it. Because so many people need to seem to stop at understanding without taking the action. So they understand, but they don't hold their power. This bit up there, they don't hold on to their power, and they don't learn that bit, because once they think they understand it, they go, oh shit, holy moly, cool. They get that. And I've seen this lots with the work I've done in the past. I've taken people up to a certain point, and then they've gone, oh yeah, I get this, yes, I get this. And they have this feel good feeling in a way, this bit, in effect, and they go, wow, I'm solved. But they're not, because then they've got this bit, but they're smiling because they feel and they understand the bit that they need to see in the brain, but they haven't done the hard work to get to this point of of actually learning how to hold their power, how to harness this stuff. So my invitation to you is to have a conversation about this, about doing the deeper work to be consistent and actually overcome this, rather than just seeing it and understanding it, because those two are very different places. I hope that makes sense. Do get in contact, do speak to me about this, have a conversation about this, because it's so deep in your brain up here that it's easy to go, okay, I've got that bit, okay, I'll change it, okay, and to theorize about it, which is not real. Theory is not real. And not take action on it. Taking action is the crucial bit. That's the bit that's missing for so many people. But so many other people just miss this stuff, and it often becomes around being happy and positive, and it's not about that. Can you see that? Let me give you an award for that. All right, many thanks. If this is of interest to you, do have that conversation, because it's only by taking the step and contacting me, for example, and having that conversation and pushing yourself to the next bit and actually making it real, that it starts to give you the control to be able to change. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's of interest. Many thanks. Speak to you soon, perhaps, and enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Bye-bye.